Mall alien. I was going for mall alien as one word. I wanted to just comment on how profoundly fucking stupid it sounds. Okay? An alien attacking a inconsequential shopping mall amongst kind of regular, ordinary society. You have to rationalize an entire plot with an important, which, nor would you even know what evidence of it like, to even begin to make a preposterous proposition, especially when we're entirely rationalizing the possibility by the merit of, we just keep looking up at the sky, and we keep looking at all those stars, and we keep looking at all those planets, and we keep telling ourselves, there's got to be at least one planet on each of those stars. There's got to be somebody that we just don't know, and that our scientists don't realize, you know, there's life there or whatever, and who knows, and they gotta, you know, they're gonna be here. You know, space aliens are like illegal aliens. You're just gonna find them around town, right? Doing all the hard intergalactic work that we won't even build rockets to do ourselves. I don't know what precisely is going through your head if you've been asking yourself, like, to be honest with you, if you are asking yourself, wow, do you think maybe there could have been aliens, or was it like, you should know that that was a lie? That's like, you know, that's like taking the first proposition to any incident, right? You're telling me that the story that we heard as to why the police showed up the way that they did, hey, what's up, QSB, is the is going to warrant that level of a response? Because you got to remember, these people, you know, they said it was like maybe like one alien, right? Like, and you know, first off, it's saying that it's an alien to a cop, and even if there was like a cop like right there, which it's a mall, or may have been a cop right there to make like you know, cops, mall security, what did those people say? You know, like, a science fiction thing happened and people dealt with it in a science fact kind of way, right? But and what I mean by, and I mean like mundane, like, not, I don't even know if it's science. I guess it's not even science. It's just people just doing their thing. You know, cops do their thing. People running from an emergency. Look, it's all that they're just putting it in there, right? They're throwing. They don't want it to be about something else. All right, there was probably an attempted mass shooting or something, and probably the perp didn't fit the fucking narrative. It's always the case. Trying to, protect a criminal because we don't like the way that we profile people, which is the basis, the absolute basis, for anybody to investigate anyone about anything. And people do need to be investigated. It's something that needs to be done. They need, you know, And somebody has to come together in an agreement and say, we investigate this person. This is what we do. Whether that happens by terms of government or not. And so you can't, like, it's like, regardless of whether you've always been able to trust someone and their credibility, how is that trust and credibility earned? Because of a proper, rational, scientific method-based pattern by which they present their investigation and how they did the work of their investigation, etc., etc. So that way you can see that, oh, okay, yeah, this isn't like, you have to be like, imagine a journalist is the student and you are the teacher. Put yourself in the role of authority of this student sitting behind a desk in front of a camera with his notes. And he's giving you a report. And, you know, it's not about whether you know that he is correct. It's about, does he know how to report you the news to the highest standards of trust? And here we are, completely entertaining a story about an alien invasion which doesn't involve the government at all, and we're letting ourselves go with it. We did this a year or two ago with that redunculous nonsense where there was some sort of light show that threw a bunch of people off, and I don't know, it was like New Mexico or something, like, and then everybody was in an odd panic, and then somebody filmed some weird grainy footage of something. Maybe there was some, I don't know, some obvious bad, like, CGI or whatever. But the point is that they, you know, they had a little panic over an alien that didn't seem to exist. Now here we see another pattern of random ass people that got no fucking significance to technology, military, or intelligence interests having something as significant as a quote alien or quote paranormal encounter that causes a major panic. And we've known that whether these things are some sort of metaphysical entity or actual visitors from beyond that are just like us, that one way or the other, they typically don't fucking do shit like this. They just don't. Because we're talking about an alien who is acting like what? An active shooter. Everything looks like active shooter situation to me. And you know what? I'm pleased that they're not using the active shooter thing just because Second Amendment, like, because they're always spinning it in the Second Amendment way, right? So as far as, you know, national level news, I don't care. As far as manipulating people is concerned, you know, that's where I care, right? And also I find it, you know, fast, like who is, like, nobody's taking that seriously, other than people that perhaps are in positions of authority that aren't forced to because of the bureaucracy. I don't know. Or it's just something where the public just has to be told one thing, versus it being something else. And people still have a hard time understanding why there's such high degrees of political motivation on these major news networks' ability to report reality and then base their opinion on reality. Right? And reality also involves knowing how all sorts of different people are and what, like, what's my life like? Do you understand how I live? What my values are? Do I understand, how the life and values are of the person in this car right in front of me? We don't. We can have an intuitive insight into that, perhaps. With all of us people thinking we can tune into stuff or knowing that we can. So I want you to stop entertaining the mall alien theory. There's no. Listen, guys, I don't think there are aliens, right? I think that it's all this fucking interdimensional shit, right? And I'm also saying that as someone who believes but doesn't believe in it as, relax, you're not under some fucking invasion. You're seeing a manifestation of a paranormal phenomenon, or you're seeing a very powerful government mind control, or you're just seeing the media manipulating people, making them crazy. This is the third one. It is obviously the media manipulating people and making them crazy. The incident that I mentioned earlier that happened in the Midwest or whatever, from a year or two ago or whatever, all of this, it's the same kind of media spin, right? This is the less elaborate. This is like crude mind control versus the shit that you hear about in the spy novels, which is sophisticated mind control, right? Young people, like teenagers at malls and shit, they're gonna have a very strange, hyperactive, pseudo-reality based imagination that gets them riled up for all sorts of shit. A lot of knuckleheads that are mall rats. And a lot of people, they operate off of the attitudes and the witness of other people that they know, or they get their own vibe. That sounds like he was pretty for real to me. It's just like all that stuff. Like, they've got, like, they're very naive. They're fucking, they're naive as to how things work. The greatest naivete that they've put upon us is making our capability of lying about all sorts of different things, like, and saying, like, why would anybody like that lie? Why would people that I've always understood are the kind of people that you always can trust, why would they lie? And it becomes the biggest old hat, the why would they lie fallacy, right? And some of us went through extremes of that, to the point where it's, we prove that something's a lie, but then we immediately buy the counter narrative of what it is, and thus we get what it is wrong. We get what it isn't right, but we get what it is wrong. That's what they're hoping for. They're saying, like, they may see through the lie, but does the lie completely blindside them from getting on the right path? Because they'd rather just have a lie that you point out as a lie than have to cover up a truth. They don't want you on the right path. That's all they fucking care about. They don't care if you know that it's a lie. They'll have to deal with it. They care a little bit because it's very taxing on the spirit. It's very taxing on your mind to hold up that lie. And then you need to have a major event that breaks someone's focus just long enough to alter the attitudes and the values by which that issue was occurring. So when the issue re-arises, other matters are gained and other matters are dropped, and now you've restructured the narrative to protect your lie and to continue the agenda forward. And so you can continue to talk about this, that, and the other thing. This is how they've continued to be capable of both talking about COVID and making no progress on the COVID conversation simultaneously. Right? So we've seen this gross pattern now. And it's just a question of, can you break that pattern on other people? Because that's the only power that the media has is a certain kind of consensus. And how much time somebody has to challenge very foundational, principles that are false principles, that they were ill-educated on grasping the gravity of how ill-educated you are. All right, so I've arrived. Let's see if we better park over here. There's too much snow in the corner. All right, guys. I gotta go. I'll catch you later.